Good morning. Welcome to another vlog. Good morning. Today is the day. I am packing everything up and heading on the road towards Alaska, but we're gonna just take it one step at a time. First, I'm going to just get everything packed up. I'm going to head and get a couple of grocery items, wash Parker, and then get on the road. I'm excited and I'm terrified, and I mean, it's like I've never done this before. But I am excited to be back on the road. And hopefully, I mean, everything goes to plan, but if there are hiccups along the way, that's just life. But I'm going to go inside of my mom's house right now, and I'm going to get a shower. So this past few days has been beautiful and sunny. I woke up, I looked out the window this morning, and man, are those clouds rolling in. So that is Murphy's Law, right? But yeah, let me get my day started, and yeah, today is that day. All right, so I'm ready for the road. This is what the van is looking like right now. While I'm driving, I have to put, that's my sister's plant here. This is another plant for a friend. That's my sister's as well. So this is how I store my plants while I'm driving. There's also here. That way I don't have anything tipping over while I'm on the road. And okay, let's get started. Morning. So I braved the wind. It was so windy yesterday. Sorry I didn't talk much or film much. I was literally concentrating on the road and white knuckling it. But I made it to this town called Tulare or something like that, heading up towards the Oregon border. And I stayed last night at a truck stop, the Flying J truck stop, and it was a peaceful night's sleep. It reminded me of living in New York because there was like the sound of the train, the sound of, you know, just the traffic from the truckers going in and out, and the sound of police cars. So I felt like I was in New York last night, and I slept like a baby. Today I'm going to be kind of cruising through, and I want to see if I can find something that has like flowers or something that I can walk in, because with all the rains that California has had, they said that the super blooms are beautiful, so I'm hoping I can find something on my way. So we'll see. That's the plan for today. And also, you know, it's always something, living in a van, especially an older van like mine. My window here actually is slipping. It's no longer engaging with the motor, and yesterday it was so windy that it was blowing down the window. The window was just kind of sliding down, and the wind was crazy. That's another reason why I didn't record, because you wouldn't have been able to hear me. I felt like I was in a whirlwind, like it was blowing in my ear, and I'm just like, I was like so frustrated with the wind. So my thing is, what I'm going to do is, I bought some, because I can't find mine, so I bought some duct tape and I'm going to duct tape the window up, and I know it's because it needs to be redone, the window, the seal in the window itself, and I do have those parts. So when I stop in Seattle for a couple of days, I may install those parts so that I don't have the problem. The other thing is that the motor's out on the door itself, and I need to have someone replace that. It's just I couldn't find anyone where my mom lived to do it, so I'm hoping that when I get to Alaska, I can find a mechanic that works, you know, that I don't even know who to look it up. So leave that in the comments if you know what type of person fixes motors and stuff inside of like the doors, because this particular door on the driver's side is not working properly. I need to get it fixed. But yeah, so today is about cruising. My plants are in their place and I'm ready to go. I may top off my gas. I'm at 3/4 of a tank. I might top my gas off just so that it's full, and then continue on my way. So I guess I will see you guys on the road, and I'll take some video, and hopefully I'll get some pictures and stuff to post on there. Yeah. So talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, so I have stopped for the evening. I'm at a rest stop somewhere. It does say that it allows for overnight parking, so I'm here, and I just wanted to talk about, because I've been thinking about this while I've been driving. I've only been driving for 2 days, and I just have been thinking about this, the pros and cons of van life. So one of the cons that I think about is being a solo female on the road, because we have to be even more hyper vigilant to what's going on around us. And for instance, I was at a rest stop. Well, I was at a truck stop yesterday. That's where I slept, as you guys saw. And there was an RV on this side of me that looked like they may have been there for a while. They had like a tarp on it. They had their generator outside the door. They were collecting cans, like aluminum cans, so it makes me think that they were homeless, or that they were just, you know, they were living in that space for a while. And I could be wrong. But then on the other side of me, about 4 or 5 spaces down, there was another gentleman, and the gentleman and the lady on this side clearly knew the gentleman on that side, and that's what makes me think that they're just kind of living in that area. But every time that I got out of Parker to go inside, the gentleman was like kind of like staring me down, like watching me, like he watched me from the van all the way to the store, and then when I came back he was watching me, whatever, anytime I moved outside of the van. And it's just things like that. You got to be like hyper vigilant about things. So especially as a female on the road, I do have safety precautions set in place for myself, and if I have to, I'll kick somebody's ass. But it's just the thought that I have to be really, really aware of the things that are going on around me. So that's one of the cons, or one of the things about van life that you know, you have to take in consideration. Another thing is driving. So for me, I love driving, but also like just parking and staying. So I'm one of those people that if I could find a spot, I would stay in that spot for a couple of days at a time and enjoy the environment, somewhere out off grid, preferably not, you know, a truck stop or a rest stop. But driving can be tedious. It just can be. It's tiring, you know, it's tedious. And for me, I feel like I have to be like, I'm scared. Like sometimes I'm scared driving. Not because of the things that are going on, because the roads can be dangerous, but because of the van. So my van is an older van. It's 31 years old to be exact. He drives very well. He's taken very good care of me, but I'm always like kind of scared about breakdowns. You know, breaking down on the highway. I tend to stay in the right lane, just in case, so I can pull off to the shoulder. But just having an older van and being in an older van sometimes can be very, I don't know, it can be scary. And I mean, that's okay, because I power through it. If something were to happen, I'm okay. But it's just like, oh, am I gonna break down? What happens? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, and for me also, since my van is older, he needs a lot of care, like my leather stripping and on the doors, and now my window not wanting to raise and lower, and you know, sliding down, and I gotta put some stupid ass duct tape to like hold it up while I'm driving. It's not sliding down. It's just like little things like that. But I mean, I love my van. I love this life, and I love being nomadic. So that's one of the pros, is being nomadic is like you get to leave when you want. Like, I can park somewhere and it be beautiful, and I stay for a couple of days and then go ahead, make my way to the next place. Or I could be in a town and work in that town for a few months, and then by the time it gets like, you know, the daily rut of everything, I can move and I can go to a new town and I can do things. You know, for me, being a seasonal worker makes this all possible. So being able to move the way I want to is just an amazing thing. And seeing things, and you know, going to national parks and national forests and state parks, and you know, BLM land, and just being able to see places here in the States, because there are so many beautiful places that are here in the United States that people should see. So that would be a wonderful pro to be in the van. For me, it's all about the freedom. But yeah, there's pros and there's cons. So if and when I have to make a choice on getting a new vehicle or you know, becoming stable somewhere, because I do want to own land in Alaska, and I do want to create my retreat for women. But until I can do that, until I find the land that I want, like, I need to be able to still be able to be mobile. Okay, so there's some background noise, because that's Murphy's Law. I'm in the van, minding my own business, and now they want to cut the grass, or edge, or whatever it is they're doing. So, yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about that, like the pros and the cons. So there are a lot of pros and there are a lot of cons, but I always say, like, if you want to get on the road and you want to explore, do it. Do it part-time. You don't have to be full-time like I am here inside of Parker. You can do it on a weekend. You can be a weekend warrior. You can just do it seasonally. And then, you know, out of season, get a, you know, bricks and mortar type place and live in the city, or, you know, by the ocean or whatever. But yeah, I really think there's so many different things to take in consideration. I love my van. I love the windows in my van. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have the windows in my van, because I love to be able to see the space in which I'm in. But I do wish my van was a little larger, maybe a little longer, so I had a little bit more space, because even though I don't have a lot of stuff, because Vanlife forces you to minimalize, but I don't have enough space for things. Like, I have a million plants, as you guys can see. I also love reading, and there's just little things that I wish that I had enough room to create a smaller bookcase, or better area for my plants. There's other things that I think about too, like I don't have a heater. So for me right now, it is pretty warm inside of the van. I have the windows open, but at night, because I don't have a heater, it gets a little chilly. Last night it got down to about 50 degrees, 51 degrees in the van. I do have plenty of blankets. I have an electric blanket, but it'd be nice to have like a heater. I don't even have a heater for when I'm driving. So when I'm driving, if it's cold, I just put on socks and sweats and keep it moving. And when it's hot, I roll down all the windows, and luckily I have that max air fan to kind of help keep the breeze flowing in here. But there's so many things that I think about, you know, on the next purchase, if I decide to buy another vehicle. But yeah, there's just so many pros, so many cons. When you're thinking about van life or nomadic living, I suggest you write down all the things that you can't live without, all the things that you have to have. Like, I also would wish I had a larger vehicle so I could have a dog with me. But then on the con side of that, my seasonal work and travel doesn't allow for me to be able to have a dog and be able to take care of it properly. So there's just like so many different things. But yeah, I was just thinking about that and thought that I would share those little things with you. But I'm gonna leave this video here. I'll be here this evening, and then tomorrow I'll be heading somewhere, I'm not really sure, and then I'll be meeting up with my friends in a couple of days. So I'll see what I can find. I want to see super blooms. I want to see flowers. I want to see wildflowers. I've been seeing them along the highway, but I want to find a place that has wildflowers, and maybe I can do that. Tomorrow I'll try to find a place, but if not, I'll just be moving closer. I'm on the 99, which takes you through like Stockton into Sacramento, and then over, you can cross over to the I-5, and then the I-5 is what I'll be taking to get to Washington. So hopefully I can find some things to get into between now and then and be able to share those with you guys. But hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'm about to relax. I have to do some training stuff for my job to start with, you know, all the boring stuff, OSHA and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna let you guys go. And thank you for following along. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed and you're thinking you might like the video, go ahead and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. Watching the video in its entirety helps me a lot with getting the push into the algorithm, liking, commenting, things like that. Share with your friends. And until the next one, my friends, love and light. Take care of yourself and each other.